Everybody is. How y'all doing?
Look who's here.
How you doing?
Good. All right. We'll get out with the formalities first before we get into the show. Welcome back, Candice.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good to
Thank
have
you.
you.
Missed you guys.
And joining us again on the table is Sandy Laborde. She is not a guest. She's not a permanent host of Points of View.
Yes.
Sandy, welcome.
Yes. Welcome back.
Happy to be back.
Yes, happy to have you.
Thank you.
Well, hello and welcome. The show is on and we've got a show for you. So come on and join the discussion. Starting up first is this one. President Joe Biden directs states to allow all adults to get a vaccine by May 1st. I'm happy about
Yeah,
this.
I'm happy about it too. You know, actually, I think it should have been like that from the beginning,
From the
because
beginning.
we didn't know what this disease or this virus does. We didn't have enough education on it. So I think everybody should have been able to get it because we didn't know who it was going to impact or who it was going to affect. But the goal is to get as many people vaccinated so that we can celebrate the 4th of July in small groups.
Yes.
And I caveat that because I want you all to keep in mind that you have to be vigilant still, because just because you're vaccinated does not mean you still cannot be infected with COVID.
I'm still passing the 4th of July.
It means that you can still get the virus, but you won't get as sick, and you still can infect others. So just keep that in mind, that masks are still important, social distancing is still important. Just be mindful, because we can go back to where we were if we're not.
I think I think the vaccine is great. My parents just got it. My mom is kind of struggling with it. My dad, did okay. But I'm glad that you said that, because it's so important, because also government needs to be consistent. One minute they say if you get both vaccines, you don't need it in small groups, but then you still need it. So I say the same thing, wear your mask, stay protected, but not only 65 and older, young people are dying also. So I'm glad that he's doing this like across the board.
Yeah.
I think that
Y'all have to tell
Well, we know how you feel about that.
these two dynamics when it comes to Biden, so I want to hear this. I really
She
want to
still
hear.
wanted Elizabeth Warren and
Bernie Sanders
what's
to be
his
in
name?
office
Yes,
right
him.
now.
To be in
Get
office.
your COVID out.
I'm just saying, but I will give him a lot of credit. I will give President Joe Biden, a lot of credit, because he's doing 100% more than what Trump did. Trump's organization didn't even acknowledge the virus until like 3-4 months later. We have a 500,000, more than 500 million people that have passed away, unfortunately, due to the virus. Now, kind of similar to what Giselle said, I do wish in the beginning stages that everyone was able to take the vaccination, because as of right now, we know a lot of vaccines are being poured and dumped into the garbage because people are not showing up. So I wish there were waiting lists. I have friends in other states that are like, Sandy, if you can get here today, we can get you the vaccine. And in Florida, unfortunately, there's still, this line of how you have to go about it. And you have to keep in mind, people may be like, okay, you're throwing out vaccinations, so what? No, that's your money, sweetheart. They already took out millions of dollars for it. Now they're taking out $20 billion for it. So that is taxpayer dollars that are going to it.
They say y'all be all right with those stimulus checks. But I'm with. I don't care about 4th of July. Listen, let's have our vaccinated by June. I'm just saying by Juneteenth.
Yeah.
Let's do that. Y'all know I have to throw that in there. But I also say that it's really good that Biden has gotten 65% more Americans vaccinated. 45 was only at 8%.
Right.
And I wanted to say that he has ordered additional $100 million of Johnson & Johnson. And Johnson & Johnson is a 1 dose. So people really want to do the 1 dose instead of the 2. And I think that's where the downfall is happening. And the reason he said that by May 1st, everybody should be vaccinated, because you can get vaccinated now. They're going to include your dentists, paramedics, veterinarians, and other medical professionals are going to be able to give you that vaccine.
That's good.
So I say, you know what? Great job, Joe Biden. Stick to what you're saying, because we need to get this under control. But we also need to wear our masks, too, because some people don't wear their masks.
And just for the record, the Center of Diseases say that they have vaccinated 2.9 million as of this Saturday and 2.4 million as of Sunday. So we are moving on the right path. Now let's move on to the Grammys. What happened at the Grammys? From Trevor Noah to my boy Burna Boy winning his first award. Let's talk about it. Girl, Well, if you don't know Burna Boy,
And Wizkid too.
I don't
and
know
Wizkid, thank you.
And Wizkid, yeah.
Where Burna Boy from?
You've been dancing to his music. He's from
Yes.
Nigeria.
Okay.
No. Okay. So
Is she giving me
I don't. You guys, this is why it's so important for people of different ethnicities, backgrounds to be acknowledged on this type of stage because their music influenced us for years.
Yeah.
And sometimes we have no idea where
Who
these
they
are.
A lot of the dances that are trending on TikTok right now are from Africa.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that Beyonce always acknowledges people that create the dances, create the songs. And I love the fact that she put Wizkid, who won the Grammy, in Brown Skin Girls, along with him and Blue Ivy, because everybody's like, Blue Ivy's the first young person. It's also Wizkid as well who got that Grammy. But if Beyonce didn't pull them into her work, we wouldn't know these names and we wouldn't know who's influencing us.
And and that's why I am such a fan of Beyonce, because of her influence. Not so much of her music, not so much of her singing ability. It's her power that she has. Influences a lot. And I to take it a step further, my mind went to thinking a lot about the state our country's in and how divided we are. And it was such a beautiful thing to see her be the most awarded artist ever at the Grammys. But then I looked at it a little deeper too, and I saw the fact.
Ambassador.
I saw the fact that, like Taylor Swift, she also made a record as well last night, because she is the only artist to win Best Album of the Year 3 times. And it's.
Oh my goodness.
I'm happy for her. I'm happy for. Oh no, not emotional. No, I'm not crying.
I was about to say.
No.
Taylor Swift?
No, but I'm saying, like, it just. I'm happy for Beyonce because it's kind of like they can't let us have our moment fully. And it's kind of like, but it doesn't matter. Okay, congratulations to Taylor Swift, but at the same time, you still got a long way to catch up to 28 Grammys.
Okay, girl, we lost you.
I got you.
I love Trevor. I love Trevor Noah.
Yes, he's so cute.
Not is he cute, he was so energetic. And he was funny and personable. I love Trevor. That's my cousin. Hi, Trevor.
See, look at that. See, y'all can't talk about me no more.
You know what? You guys, it sticks to the awards, but really and truly, the Grammy is great when you have a great host. It wasn't boring, and I didn't know, like you were talking about earlier, I didn't know if it was going to be live or streamed.
Yeah, some people were there.
It kind of felt like we were kind of getting back to normal as a society.
Yeah, that's what it did
sitting
feel
there
like.
watching it. But it's amazing. Congratulations to all the winners.
Yeah, well, I say, congratulations to Megan Thee Stallion. She won the Best New Artist.
Yes, that's
and y'all know
huge.
she's also an HBCU graduate as well.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw that in there. Don't do that. Kaya, don't do that.
And she also won for Best Rap Performance with
But
Beyonce
her-
as well.
Yes, and
They came up together.
They came up together and they won. And she also, in her speech, she dedicated to her mom because her mom died from a brain tumor in 2019. So you got to think that's recent. So I was like, girl, go ahead, Meg Thee Stallion, because you are fine. And I'm with you. Beyonce won in 28. It was only a classic conductor has won 31. So she is up there. And, Taylor, 3 years.
Who won 31 Grammys?
Oh, his name is Sir George.
Oh,
He's
Sir
a
George is
classical-
big.
Sir George.
Sir
So
George
he's
is
a
huge.
classical conductor.
Yeah.
He's won 31 Grammys.
So he's the most.
Yeah, he's one of the most.
Yeah.
So
But
he
for
has the
black
most
people,
Grammys.
it's
For
Beyonce.
Beyonce, yeah, he's won
Don't
31.
worry, it's Beyonce, baby.
She's looking like, who is that?
I know.
He's a
I'm
classical,
getting educated. So
he's a
I'm
classical
asking.
conductor.
Well, with me, I'm
Beat
just excited that, we had 2 African boys there. First of all, 1 African guy was the host, and 2 African guys. One for the first time, because for a very long time, like Sandy, we have influenced a lot of this music, videos, the songs and everything.
Yes.
But we've never felt like we are really appreciated for what we do. I mean, Burna Boy is the thing, Katrina. I'll educate you when this show is done. But up next is what's brewing. Stay tuned.
Brandon met a girl on a dating app. He finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving.
She must be a keeper.
Sorry about that. No, I've been staying at my dad's place because of everything.
Where are we going?
Navigating these times can be tough, but while you care for your loved one, you also need to care for yourself. Go to aarp.org/caregiving for free mental health and self-help tips.
Welcome back. It looks like Stacey Dash had a come to Jesus movement, and she's apologizing for all the mistakes she made, including not being black. So let's talk about this.
First of all, for me, she was so adored in my upbringing, in my coming. She was so adored, like Clueless days, like oh my gosh.
She was clueless. She was black.
And she started going to the left, and I don't know. We've seen this time to time with so many different celebrities. Candace Owens and all. They go to the deep end, and they have to come back home eventually. And I think this is just another classic tale.
You know what? I'm asking.
The thing about it, she's a liberal, right? I don't think that has to equate for hate. But it equates for hate when you hate yourself. And it's okay if you're a Republican or a Democrat.
Yeah.
But when you hate you, that's where the problem comes in. Look, everyone is entitled to like whoever they like, say whatever they say, but you can't throw it out there, criminalize your people, and then take it back because life has changed. But
change for who?
I'm willing to give the chance though. If you apologize and you make the change, because it happens every day. Celebrities do it every single day. I can't throw her out and say you're not black. She hates herself. I hope she gets the help that she needs.
Well, I'm not into cancel culture, but I wonder what she's talking about, what mistakes she made. So all the bashing that she's done about, black people.
LGBTQ.
And she was fired from her Fox job because she said something about President Obama on air, but they say it behind the door, so she probably figured that's what we're talking about. Sit on air. So she got fired. So I want to know what mistake she feels like she made. Like, be specific. Say something that you did or said
to
the black
she
community.
didn't.
But she said she was angry. But we all get angry a lot of times. But when I'm angry, I don't always say, "Oh, well, I'm going to bash my community because I'm angry."
And real quick before Sandy
I
jumps in,
she's clueless.
Yeah, she is clueless, just like she wasn't clueless. Here's the thing. all of the things she has done, and you say she can't be specific, but you sit here and you say, Fox made me look like this angry black woman. You got paid for it. Whenever you actually sell yourself short morally to get a paycheck, there is no need for apology because you enjoyed the check. So now you're apologizing to who? You have to apologize to President Obama, the LGBTQ, the black people. It's too much for you to apologize.
And your children.
And everybody knows
black
Fox
kids.
News is the home of the Trumplicans. And that's the difference. People have to realize there's a difference between a Republican and a Trumplican.
Thank you for saying
there's
that.
a difference.
There's
and
a
if you are a Trumplican, you are against anybody of this skin color, period.
I don't buy it. I think the apology is disingenuous. I think
because
that
she has no job.
Because she's blackballed now.
What
she
happened?
isn't able to.
What happened?
Exactly.
Something happened.
It's one thing, like white folks, when they get fired from Fox, it's actually like a star on their record, and they go on to create books and they do movies.
Good on their resume.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it shows that you're the ultimate alt-right person.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they don't have that. That space doesn't have a space for black people. They don't care about us. They're going to use you as a token to be a voice, to perpetuate and put out these ideas about us, but at the end of the day, they don't want you. And that's what's happening to her. She's the same thing as Omarosa. The only thing is, Omarosa is woman enough to stand by who she is and what she is, and she's gonna profit off of what she is. Stacey Dash can't find anybody to give her any money, so now she wanna come back. This isn't about Trump. She's the same person that said we shouldn't have a BET Awards.
She should abolish BET.
She has spewed out this kind of
even
language.
Black Lives Matter.
Everything that benefits us as a society, she says we we don't need it. So Stacey Dash, you are who you are.
Say
you
it,
are
girl.
a black sheep of your kind. Stay in your lane.
Yes.
Who are you apologizing to?
Exactly.
So it's just about the money.
Yes, BT, Black History Month, Black Lives Matter, Obama, everybody.
Everything.
Okay,
But
so
they
that's
all
all
do
it boils
it.
down to
no,
self-hate.
but that
All
thing,
do
but
it.
not, I don't think everybody do it in the manner that she did it. And the thing is,
Thank
now
you,
that she's
Sandy.
getting older, she probably
Right.
needs to work because as an actress in that industry, you have to keep working to make money.
Yeah.
So
Right.
now I think that she's not making any money.
No,
the
she's
black
not.
people are not, producers are not calling her to
Right.
say, hey, can you be a part of the movie? Because she had like a little niche now. She was in a lot of black
Right.
movies.
Of course.
You know, and now she don't have anything. So I think she's broke, and she talking about she focused on spirituality, family. Girl, you better call
Everybody
on Jesus, make me
tends
some
to.
money,
She sure
honey.
better.
But let's talk
Tell him,
about
call him.
let's talk about Katrina's brother, Kirk Franklin. His
Oh, you
son-
might be.
His son released an explicit audio about their private conversation.
The melodies from
By the
heaven.
way, Carry On is 32 years old. Let me just put that right out.
You know what? When
melody
I saw
is
this,
like
I
heaven.
sympathize for just a moment because sometimes people do sell a certain image in public and they're completely different
Come
behind the
on!
scenes. However, when I saw age 32,
Yeah.
I don't feel safe. I don't want to be alone with him.
Yeah.
Well, are you okay with being alone with his money? Because you're 32 years old. You're an adult. You don't have to subject yourself to anything at
Yeah.
32 years old.
I
The
agree.
only reason why you feel comfortable enough to put out a tape to try to damage your father's
'Cause who his
legacy
daddy
is because
is.
you ain't getting the money and the treatment that you need. And I'm sorry, once you're 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, you don't have to remain in an abusive situation.
Hey.
And a man was talking to a man. You're
Exactly.
not a child.
Yeah.
If he was 7, if he was 13, I would feel some kind
let
of
me tell
way.
you-
But it's a man talking to a man.
It is,
Yeah, I'm
but,
32.
But this is what I saw when I heard the video and saw it. Many times I've been in church and my grandmother has pinched me by my ear and told me some things in my ear
Oh,
right
yeah.
in the church. So it
Yeah.
didn't make me look at Kirk Franklin any different, any less of a man of God. None of that. Listen. You spell what is you spell a rod, spoil a child.
Yes.
Baby, listen, my grandmother took me outside the church and broke off
Yes.
a switch and whooped my tail on the side
At
of the
least
church.
she didn't take the shoe off.
Yeah,
You know,
so so when he cursed him,
Yeah.
my mama, girl,
I
It said
listened to
worse.
it. I listened to it and I was upset. I was really, really upset because you have some bloody nerve. Because you are an adult.
how dare you
You
share
upset
that?
at which one?
You
Kirk
can be a
or
father
your son?
to
Yeah.
a
The
child.
son.
You upset at the son.
Yeah,
Okay,
you're an adult. Okay, if you feel say your life is in jeopardy, go to the police. Why would you put it on social media?
Why would you do that?
And what are
would
you
you
doing
do
with him?
that?
Trying to
Why
tarnish
would
your
you
father's
do that?
name.
But you know
Yeah,
why
not-
he did it, though. We know why he did
Well,
it.
we know why he
tarnish
did
his
it.
father's
Okay, we
image.
know
But
why
it's
he did
not
it. We know
gonna
why he did
happen
it.
because whether you like Kirk Franklin or not, and you're a parent, and you say things to your kids sometimes in anger, or you shouldn't say it or whatever. But discipline is discipline. You know how much times I tell my son, me I gonna lick him down.
Most of us done cuss our kids
So
out.
if you put that, if you put that on social media, they're gonna send
But
you to jail.
let's not,
It's not fair.
let's not ignore one thing. I agree with all of you ladies, but let's not ignore one thing that he said about trying to get his kids' picture or pictures
He
when
said
he
he
was
couldn't.
young.
Yeah, he wasn't
And
allowed
he
to get
cannot-
photos of
he-
himself and his family and his childhood.
You-
What do you want to do with them?
I was gonna.
I want my
Good.
pictures.
For what? To expose.
What are you gonna do
expose
with
the
the
family.
pictures? I'm just saying, what you shouldn't be having. First of all, don't be having no argument with your dad about no photos. You understand what I'm saying? So that means he has a volatile relationship with all of his family because
Yeah,
he has
they've
a
never
sister
had a good
and
relationship.
a brother. He has a baby brother that still
Yeah.
lives in the house. So if you were smart, you'd pick up the phone, hey bro,
And have
send me some pictures, or hey, I'm coming over, and that's why so that means the relationship is probably foul with everyone. And he gave him a good licking. You hear me?
Yeah.
I mean, he cussed him out, and he cussed him
Yes, he
out
did.
just
And it
only like
was
a black
good.
person
Yes, he did.
can.
Yes.
He
read-
got them MFs like I said. Ooh.
He better be glad he
went
better be
there,
glad he ain't got
yeah.
Marvin Gaye
Well,
daddy.
Ply
Because
said,
he
Ply said he's
wouldn't
going to
be here no
take the
more.
tape and put it, do a remix of Melodies in Heaven, but with the cursing.
He
in it.
cussed him
Ply
good.
said
Yes,
he's
he
gonna
did
do
cuss
that.
him good.
Oh, he cussed
did.
him real
But can you
good.
imagine what the rest of it sound like? You only captured that part. Come on.
As you can all see, these ladies are
I
agreeing
ain't
with
canceling.
Kirk Franklin's discipline of Carry On, who's 32. Carry On, get a life. Up next is Style Check. Stay tuned.
Brandon met a girl on a dating app. He finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving.
She must be a keeper.
Sorry about that. No, I've been staying at my dad's place because of everything.
Where are we going?
Navigating these times can be tough, but while you care for your loved one, you also need to care for yourself. Go to aarp.org/caregiving for free mental health and self-help tips.
Hello and welcome back. It's Style Check time, and we are taking you to the red carpet of the 63rd Grammy Awards, where celebrities would not be stopped by COVID or nothing to rock the red carpet. Katrina, take it away.
They won't be stopped. Hey, everybody, we are going to talk about a few celebrities. We're going to rate the look. The ladies are going to do that, and I will just tell you my number. And we are going to go ahead and get started. Our first one, the host of the 63rd Grammy Awards, Mr. Trevor Noah. Let's see what he looks like.
Ooh!
So cute.
So
I think
cute.
Jay-Z
good.
should learn from the styling
So
of the
good.
hair. That's all I'm gonna say.
So good.
Oh, you said Jay-Z hair. Oh, you know what? We were talking about Trevor's hair, remember?
I like
And
it.
I said, I like his hair. So he sponged. They got a sponge last night.
Yeah.
They sponged him last
He,
night.
during the quarantine, he
amazing.
wasn't getting any haircuts or anything.
I think it was probably
like-
the first time.
Yeah, me too.
I think it was the first
This
time he
is
got
the
it
first
done.
time he's
Okay,
been
Kaya, what
grown.
you get? She's
Trevor
been
Noah.
partial.
No,
Kaya, send
no,
it to-
no.
Why you giving
no,
him a
no.
10,
He
Kaya?
looked. I think he looked dapper. Let's just be real.
Yes,
He
and
looks
that
great. The
smile.
hair
Yeah.
looks amazing. I wish that him and Jay-Z could communicate, because Jay-Z's hair is on another level. But his hair looks
that's a $1 billion
amazing.
Hey,
hair.
don't go yet. Go ahead.
I love
it. Sandy, don't give her your number yet.
Okay.
Giselle?
So I gave a 9 because
Wow.
I have always loved Trevor Noah. I love me some Trevor Noah, and he can do no wrong in my eyes. But I don't like him with the hair. I like him with the low cut.
I love
look
it with
at
the
that handsome
hair.
thing.
What about
I love
you,
him with
Candy?
the hair.
I love him with the hair.
He's a 10 for me. Like, he's embracing
Your
his
10 is
black,
upside
and he
down.
looks amazing. And with the black hair, he's showing that you can have the haircut and still look good.
And look at those teeth.
Oh, we're into
Yes.
teeth at
Handsome.
this table.
Yes.
So
A
good.
10.
So good.
Ladies, he has a
10.
girlfriend.
Oh, he does?
Yeah.
That can be.
Oh, how long-
that,
is
that
that
can be
long?
fixed.
$28 million mansion.
Where's the
that can
girlfriend?
be fixed.
Yes.
Where's she from?
She's Caucasian, I believe.
It's a lot of people.
Really?
Let's
Oh,
move on.
okay,
his
we're gonna
face
move on
down?
to Doja Cat. We're gonna Google it. We're gonna
Okay.
Google it. We're gonna move on to Doja Cat. Yeah, really? Oh, okay.
What?
She got a mullet. Y'all see her hair? Okay, and the fat was that the ostrich feather. It's a very, very deep.
I love a feather.
The deep V.
I
It's like deep V. It's so
love
deep.
a-
It's all the way down to her belly
Yeah.
button. Okay,
I would-
Kaya's already ready. Kaya said 5 in her
5
face.
for just the ostrich feathers. The top is not really appealing to me, so I'll pass. She looks like she's.
I don't
It's
know what-
looking
I don't know what to say what she
bikerish,
look
you know, like
yeah.
the biker kind of girl mixed with glam.
She
I don't
looked
like
dirty
it.
to me.
She does look dirty.
Yeah, I'm just saying we could be honest at the table. She does not look. She does not look poised. She does not look polished. She looks dirty to me. So I'm just gonna give her a straight 0. 0.
So I tried to
ahead.
do the math, like 10 divided by 3. It wasn't coming to me quick enough. So I just rounded it. I did 4.
Okay.
Because I did like makeup, the top half and the bottom. The only thing I like is waist down.
Yes.
So I
thank
don't
you.
like the top and I don't like her makeup.
Oh, where do you go?
Oh, Sandy.
I don't
You
know.
don't
I'm
know?
confused. So I have to do a question mark and a little itty bitty 5 because I don't know if I like it or I hate it.
She looks dirty to me, so I'm sticking to
It's
mine.
not that she looks dirty. I kind of like the color, but I like the sexiness of the top. But then I don't like it.
dirty,
So I'm
sexy,
so
dirty?
stuck.
Like, wait, you see how you don't like her makeup? I think they could have done something a little different with her makeup.
Well,
It's
I'm
too
going to
dramatic.
give it a 9. And the reason why I said a 9 is because we see awards shows every year, year after year after year. Like, you're gonna see repeats.
Right.
This is different. I haven't seen any. I can't compare this to anything or anybody else. I love the makeup. The makeup is very high fashion runway. The hair is edgy. It goes with the look. It goes with the top of it is biker. It goes with that whole rock star type look. She's a pop star. You know, it's something different. And I think that's what makes fashion fun, when you step outside of what everybody else is doing. Because she could have easily just did a regular little dress and some pretty hair.
With everybody else.
She could have, but this makes a statement.
It makes a statement, right?
Whether you like it or not, you're going to remember it.
Yeah, that's why
I don't know if I'm
like
going to remember that. I don't know if I'm going to remember that.
And that's
mullet.
as a celebrity, you want to be remembered.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Next.
When I hear the name, I'm gonna remember.
Megan Thee Stallion. Let's talk about Megan Thee Stallion. And for me, this was underwhelming. Again, but I would give her a 5 for the color. And I like the big bow exaggerated. So I see what she was attempting to do to be a little bit more classy, I think. But for me, it's underwhelming. What do you say?
It's
Sandy.
too exaggerated for me.
Sandy gives her a 10.
Oh, okay, Sandy, why are you giving her a 10,
I give
Sandy?
her a 10 because, and it's not even so much about the outfit. Like, Megan has been doing this thing where she does a lot of the 90s looks. Like the hairstyles that were big in the 90s, the jewelries, the colors, the big prom dresses, and it's nostalgia for me.
Oh, okay,
I love all of it. And
'Cause
she's
that
a
looks like a
curvy
prom
woman.
dress.
Exactly, so I like it.
All right,
I'll
what do
give
you
her
have,
a 6.
Candice? A 3?
I have a 3. This is Miss Body. I wanted to see body. I think it's not.
can see
to
them
me,
thick
it's not
thighs.
flattering. It's not. It looks like an old prom dress that I had in my closet, and I decided to slit it up. I don't think it's flattering on her.
What do you
I
say?
don't like it.
6, because I was expecting much more from Megan, and considering the fact that she was winning as well, I was expecting much va-va-voom from her, you know.
Too prom dressy to you.
I don't like the chunky heel.
Did you guys watch the WAP video, though? Do you remember the style of the WAP video?
Yeah, I remember.
Oh, she did the opposite.
What do you say, Giselle?
Well, I want to give it a 5. And you can tell this was kind of like a tribute to like that Marilyn Monroe "Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend" type look. That dress, the pink dress that Marilyn Monroe did. What I don't like is I don't like the way she models the stuff. I give it a 5. I give it a 5 because of her stylist. Her stylists have not channeled into her body type and who she is, because this dress would be absolutely stunning on someone else. It honestly would, and we would have a total different opinion.
Maybe.
And I'm not a fan of dresses that don't hit the floor. I'm not of gowns that don't hit the floor. Especially on a tall person.
So what's that in the back that's on the floor?
It's the floor. You don't like
No.
the
The train hits the floor, but the
bottom of the
dress
dress
does not hit the floor. So she needs some.
She needs
some coaching.
Yeah.
She needs some
Yeah,
coaching
she
on
does.
how to
how to
pose
fit,
herself.
how to
And she just come up like, yeah, I got on this
She
dress.
like,
And then with the leg out,
yeah,
the standard.
She
was doing her best, but this is all new for her, so she'll learn.
Yeah, but
she
got enough money. She has enough
I know,
money
but
to
you have
surround
to-
herself with people that can.
A team.
Look at Cardi B.
Come on.
Cardi B trusts her team.
Yeah.
She trusts
And they
her
have
team.
her right
All the
every single
time.
time.
We're not talking about my best friend. We're gonna go on to Noah Cyrus. We talking about my best friend.
I love this.
She's channeling Lady Gaga.
I love it.
Oh my goodness. Okay,
Never
let's
heard
give
of
her a
it.
number.
Never
I've
heard of
never
it
her either.
until last night.
And the reason I'm going to say, I say yes to this because she came with the glam, the exaggeration, and she gave us a Lady Gaga feel. So I'll say a 6, 7 for her. Okay, go ahead.
I'll go ahead
3,
and talk
turn
about
down.
mine.
Because if you go into the hotels at a certain time when they're doing turn down service, all the blankets are in the hallway.
And that's what
And
it
she
looks
looks like she's laying in the middle of all of the blankets.
Oh my
in the
goodness.
hallway. So,
I hear you.
Mama.
Candice, what you say?
Mama.
You know what?
Fashion.
It's a 7 for me. I love the back of it. I wish the middle, the dress itself was more form-fitting and it didn't have that droop curtain look at her knees.
In the middle.
Yeah,
that draping.
but I love the back, but I just don't like that middle. It should have been more
I hear your
fitted, I
face.
think.
I don't like it.
Because you don't know.
You gave her 5, so you gave her halfway for effort.
I'm giving 5 because I think I love her makeup. The dress, if it was different, it's too. Listen, I don't like complicated things. This is giving me a headache.
Oh, Lord.
It's like
I think it's
drapery.
beautiful.
Giselle's giving her 10.
I think it is beautiful. I think all
Giselle
the,
is schooling today, honey.
all of the nuances, everything is there. From the hand tattoos, the nails, the jewelry, the makeup, the texture of the dress, the fabric of the dress, everything, even the shoe, everything is so thought out. She looks like just. I love it. It just looks like
But
some type of
I'm with you on the
vintage
turn
dream.
down, but I just say it. She did her thing.
She did.
She's channeling Lady Gaga, so she had fun with it. All right, we're gonna move on to Miss Beyonce.
Oh, I don't even got to right back over.
I like her hair though.
It's upside down.
Upside down again. 10 from Giselle.
I like it.
10
It's a 10
from
for me.
Kaya.
That's a bad B.
Sandy is thinking. 8 from Sandy. What do you have?
Okay, she gets a 5.
5.
No, I
Alrighty.
love the black, but I think it's for Beyonce. I like to see the gown. I like that flowy.
Oh, I think she just.
But I mean, I love the dress, but I think for this, a little flow.
Oh, I think she came fun and fluffy. And
Yeah.
listen, I love her hair. She is
Yeah.
really, really channeling her mom. That's who she's looking more and more like every single day. But that's all we have for Style Check. We hope you enjoy it. Rate the look, and we'll be right back.
Brandon met a girl on a dating app. He finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving.
She must be a keeper.
Sorry about that. No, I've been staying at my dad's place because of everything.
Where are we going?
Navigating these times can be tough, but while you care for your loved one, you also need to care for yourself. Go to aarp.org/caregiving for free mental health and self-help tips.
It's Mind, Body, and Soul, and today we are talking about how to keep your emotions under control, ladies. Because emotions can cloud your judgment.
Amen to that, honey.
All right,
Can we
so
get an
Katrina,
amen?
how do you keep
Oh,
your
you gonna keep me-
emotions
you gonna call
under
me
control?
first?
Yes. Because
Oh
you
my
are amening and all that, so I'm like, come on.
Oh, listen. I have learned in this life, when you go into situations when your emotions, majority of the time you lose. So, because like you say, emotions cloud your judgment. And for me, the way that I keep my emotions under control, I just have to say, you know what? I'm not taking anything personal. I'm not going to be offended. If somebody's saying something to me that I don't like, I'm going to listen to it. I'm not going to receive it all, because you can't receive everything that people say to you. So really, basically for me, I just keep my emotions under control. I just keep them in check. And I say I'm going to a situation where I'm going to be open. I'm going to have my mind open. And I'm just like, listen, if I don't like what you're saying, I'm just going to say, okay, I got you. But I'm not going to get emotional about it. I'm not going to let it cloud my judgment, because anytime you go into a meeting and your emotions are all over the place, it just doesn't fare out well. That's in business. That's personal. And I know people like, oh, yeah, emotions. So me, I take my emotions out a lot of things.
Yeah,
That helps me.
I looked at it from a couple of angles. I looked at it from the angle of anger. I looked at it from the angle of sexual as well, because emotions can be sexual, and sometimes you have to suppress that. Sometimes I've been in situations where I may be intoxicated, or I may be vulnerable, and I may have relations with somebody that doesn't deserve that from me. And so I've had to control those emotions or masturbate, one of the two. I mean, but that helps with that helps with controlling it from making the wrong decisions sometimes. And then also with anger, I was a little hothead in my 20s. I really was. I would pop off at the drop of a dime. You get me wrong, you up under a table or something somewhere. but
oh my God,
but growing older, I was put into leadership positions in my community. You know, being a club promoter, working at an HIV clinic. I couldn't do that anymore. I couldn't act out when people hurt me. Or when I was angry, I had to be the bigger person. I had to learn how to take the high road. And sometimes you got to turn the other cheek, or sometimes you got to wait till you get home, call that best friend or family member, and kind of just vent with them and get it out with them. And then you have things to lose. I don't want to go to jail, and especially being taking even a step further, being a woman of trans experience. Going to jail is not cute. Because they lock you down for 23 hours and they let you out for 1 hour to shower and use the phone when you go to the city jail. And I'm not trying to do that.
How you know that?
Because I've been before. and that's how I learned how to control my emotions.
Yeah, you know,
I ain't never been in jail.
you know, emotions they're not a bad thing. You know, they get a bad rap. I think emotions are a good self-check. Your emotions tell you a lot about yourself, because an emotion is not always something that happens because someone said something or did something. A lot of the time that emotion is something in us that maybe we need to check. But I always say pause, right? So don't act on the emotion. Mainly people who are very compassionate are really emotional, like myself. You wear it on your sleeve. It's there in the open. It's not that you don't control it, but it's so overwhelming. And for me, I've learned, and I'm learning because I'm not there yet, but I'm learning to say, okay, why is this affecting me so much? Because I have to own it, absorb it, and I have to feel it. And I have to figure out first what that emotion is to be able to say, okay, how am I going to deal with this? A lot of the times I walk away. I'd rather walk away from the situation and then come back to it. I'm not an arguer, so that doesn't work for me. But I have to process why I'm feeling that way first before I can really say anything.
You get under control.
But but it really is a good self-check because you'll learn a lot when you become emotional. Like, why am I crying? Why am I mad? Why am I angry? So it's good. It's not a bad thing.
Well, I read this, controlling your emotions, and I have to say, like, I don't agree. I don't even agree with the phrase. I don't agree with the statement. I don't believe emotions are meant to be controlled. I believe that a reason why we have a lot of the conflict that we do have in life is because we suppress people's identity, their character, their emotions, their true sentiments about something. And that person gets to a point where they cannot live under these circumstances anymore. And then you get the backlash, you get an outburst, you get what we call acting out. However, if you simply would have allowed that person to be free and be who they are to begin with, if you would have received who they were to begin with, if you would have listened to what they said to begin with, we wouldn't have never had to, get to the point where they had that outburst. I think initially people show us who they are. And sometimes there are rules and policies or a culture that is in place that shuts that person down immediately. One example I'll use, when everybody did love him, Kanye West, when Hurricane Katrina happened and he was a part of the people doing the fundraiser to get the money, and he said, George Bush doesn't care about black people.
And beside him, oh my God.
That was his emotion. That was his truth. That was his passion. So I feel like emotions are meant to be regulated. It's an energy. It has to go somewhere. And if you suppress it, it's going to go somewhere but come out in a way that you don't want it to come out.
You got to feel it.
I get what you're saying, but I don't necessarily all of
I mean, that's okay. But in the beginning, I said that, I understand what everybody's saying, but I definitely, especially when I'm, and you have to keep in mind, women are taught this a lot, to control their emotions. And we end up being these human beings that are constantly silenced and quieted. And then later on, we have to have huge movements like Me Too. Look at the Black Lives Matter movement.
But when you reference people like Kanye, emotions are sometimes equivalent to a person's mental state. And if your mental state is not together, then your emotions are going to be all over the place. That's the same as someone that's bipolar. A person that is bipolar, they have manic episodes. That means your emotions are all over the place. So that's why I have to disagree. But I understand you, but
because I agree with him in that moment, and I don't consider myself to be bipolar or have any type of manic issues. But anybody, Black Lives Matter. I mean, that entire movement happened because an emotion was provoked in a group of people.
I get what you're saying.
The world. So I'm not saying that to teach people how to manage their emotions are a bad thing. I just think we have to be careful in telling people to control it because some people just shut down.
I kind of agree with what you're saying because with me, when it comes to my emotions, it's circumstantial. Like sometimes I can control my emotions when I don't feel like you deserve that emotional part of me. But in a natural state of me, of my being, I'm a very emotional person. I think we've had so many conversations where you're like, why are you crying? Why do you have to cry
You're
before
emotional.
you feel? Because I'm just a very emotional person, but you have to take me there, so I just don't display my emotions with just everybody, but when I get to a point where an emotion is provoked in me, then of course you're going to see that side of me. But I've also noticed that sometimes when you allow that side of you for people to see you like vulnerable, people then think you're weak and they prey on that.
Kaya, I love you at your emotional state. When you are quiet and you smile and you let things pass on, I'm not crazy about that, Kaya. But when you get to the point where you're like, enough is enough, and you pour out the truth and you give whoever needs what they deserve, you give it to them, we get the truth, we get the reality, and we get what you are sincerely feeling. But you also have moments where you're like, I'm just gonna be quiet.
Because I'm
not gonna say anything.
Like conflict.
But so we gotta
but
get
that's
to
an emotional state.
But that's because it's been piled up. If you were just
right.
allowed from the get-go to
voice
express it, it wouldn't get to a point where now it's at volume 10.
Yeah, and maybe that's why. Maybe that's
me.
me.
I go ahead and just say.
Maybe that's me. No, I'm just saying maybe that's me,
good.
and that's why I'm not so emotional because I let everything out and I don't hold it in. And I was coming from a business standpoint because I've allowed emotions to dictate when I've been in meetings and things like that. And for example, when you go into a meeting, you're just like, I'm not about to train this person to be my boss. I've been here for this long time, blah, 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 blah. And next thing you know, you're fired. And that's where I come from, where you don't allow your emotions in certain environments. Because I was emotional because I'm like, I've been here. I've done this. I built this team. I've done all this. And you want me to train somebody to be my boss?
But you use your emotion as a hindrance to your success. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
and that can happen a lot.
Yeah, and it's not, that's all I'm saying. So it's not always a good thing.
All right, well, up next is Girlfriend's Guide. Just stay tuned.
Brandon met a girl on a dating app. He finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving.
She must be a keeper.
Sorry about that. No, I've been staying at my dad's place because of everything.
Where are we going?
Navigating these times can be tough, but while you care for your loved one, you also need to care for yourself. Go to aarp.org/caregiving for free mental health and self-help tips.
It's Girlfriend's Guide, and you have to get your girlfriends because today we've got something funny for you. Have you ever been ghosted, and how do you feel about it? I've never been, so Giselle had to tell me what ghosted is.
What is it, Giselle?
Well, ghosted is, I can give you an example. It's kind of like you meet someone in a club or something, and y'all exchange numbers, and then y'all start texting, and then all of a sudden they're gone. They just disappear, just that's it. That's just an example of it. Or it could be business. It could be a business, somebody that you're doing business with, and they all of a sudden just say, oh, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, and then you don't hear nothing else from them no more. Like, what happened? The communication just stops. But for me, has that happened to me? Yes, it's happened to me several times. I've been ghosted. As far as like, you know, if you're in a night environment, everybody's in good spirits. And, you know, people, you know, they, get my number, but when they sober up, it's kind of like, well, maybe that's not what I want, or that's not what I meant, and so they kind of, or sometimes when you call people out on who they are, like I've called guys out, like, I know this is what you want, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, they good.
Oh,
they
so
don't like
they
know that you saw them.
So
they gone.
Yeah. Oh, so I think I was the one who was ghosting people.
In that sense,
Have you ever ghosted someone? That's what I was going to ask.
I ghosted somebody this weekend. Yeah, I ghost people. Yeah.
But with me, it was when I was younger. I'll go to, well, I wasn't really a club person, but wherever I go, you know, the night of the life, and I'll say, give me your number, because I wouldn't want to give them my number, and that was it. I'll just get the number and I'll never call. So that was me on the other end. But I've never had a situation where I give, because I don't like giving people my number anyway. So I've never had a situation where I'll give somebody a number and they don't call me back. So.
Oh, well then I've been the one that ghosting then.
I've done the ghosting.
I've done the ghost because I had an example where I have this thing where I don't mess with married men, right? Oh yeah. And it's something about married men usually attracted to me. So there's one recently, I'm not gonna say where or anything like that.
Oh,
but
tell me at lunch, girl.
So he wanted to shoot a shot. He text me like, oh, I don't want to get in trouble with you. And I said, what you mean get in trouble? Like, I'm single. I said the only reason that we would get in trouble if you married.
Right.
You know, just straight out the gate like that. That's the only reason to get in trouble. And then I went back and said, I don't mess with married men. Because I don't want nobody to mess with my husband. And if you marry, it's a covenant. My wife don't live here. It don't matter whether you need to get a divorce. You know what I mean? Like, and it happened. And I was like, oh no. And so they text me and I didn't respond. Because if you want, like, can I talk to you? Talk to me about what?
So you ghosted.
Yeah, you ghosted.
Then that's what it means. Talk to me about what? What you want to explain your situation? I don't do complex, baby. Because I'm single. I'm like for real deal single. I ain't got no attachment.
Real deal.
Real deal single. My husband watching me anyway. But I'm not finna be talking to you, bro. What you trying to explain to me that your wife in Africa? Boy, bye.
Hey, why did you have to use Africa in
Because that's what he told me. That's what he told me.
You got a lot of Africans working.
No, it don't matter. He told me his wife is in Africa.
What part of Africa? Because
I don't know. He probably was lying.
What about according to you, he's probably a Nigerian.
How was the accent?
No, he was American. He said his wife was in Africa, is what I'm saying. I ghosted.
I was just trying to piece the puzzles together. That was it.
I've definitely ghosted.
It was two different men.
Because and it's happened quite a few times, after I start talking to them, I start doing the research. And I start looking up.
You're the research queen.
I'm the research queen. I love research. So after I find out something crazy, that's it. What are we going to talk about?
And you don't
There's
give an
nothing to talk about.
you just bounce.
Especially if it's in the beginning. I don't owe you anything. You know what I mean? Especially if you're not being honest. If you're not being honest, you're ghost, dead, number, forget it.
Well,
there's no
to you,
explanation.
Ladies, I should open a mental practice and be a therapist for all these people that are getting ghosted, because you guys are, okay, I'm a professional ghoster too. I ghost I ghost people all day long.
Really? Not just men. Just
depending on how creative you are in coming back. Like, that's what attracts me to you.
Yes, me too.
Or not. Like, if you give up on the first try, I just feel like, well, it wasn't meant to be anyway. But I've been ghosted too. And it didn't feel good.
But you do it.
I know. Well, no, it was like when I was 17. And, you know.
A dating situation?
What's your sign, Sandy?
Aries.
Okay, so we got somebody to break us up, but you're a fire sign too.
A fire sign.
Wait, we're all fire signs, right?
Really?
No, I'm crab.
No.
We are
water signs.
Okay.
He ghosted me, and that's when I found out that I have FBI skills, because I figured out where his mom lived. I figured out where his friend lived.
You better know it.
Researcher number 2.
And I went to the mom and I went to the friend, and they were like, "Oh, honey, like, he's engaged." Yeah, so it was actually a blessing in disguise. So I feel like sometimes in ghost situations, don't chase it too much, because maybe that person isn't meant for you anyway.
And they're doing you a favor.
They're doing you a favor.
Doing you a favor.
I was something, but I've always dated guys that were older. So I was
okay,
17 and he was. Would I go to jail? No,
A
he would go to jail.
pedophile?
Okay, so he was
You were 17 and he was a pedophile.
I was like, wait, maybe I shouldn't be sick because I don't want to go to jail. But he would be going to jail. But he was 22 and I was 17. But he was engaged. So that's when I left it alone.
Honey, you love this guy. For you to even find his mother?
I found his mom.
Research. But she was only 17.
Oh, girl, trust me.
You can find anybody.
Listen, they the research queen,
find
baby. I
everybody.
don't even need no title. Trust me.
Yeah.
I will find out what I need to find out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
While we on the
Yeah.
phone,
Yeah.
I'm
Quick.
telling girl,
Yeah.
I have had guys that have approached me and we're talking and this, that, and the other, and I done found their whole family.
Why you on the phone with him?
Pictures with them and their wife and their kids. I'm like, who's this?
How do you do that?
Girl, while we on the phone, send them the
So you looking and
send them the
talking.
picture while you on the phone and be like, yeah, we just talking. Da, 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 da. Who is this?
Giselle, do you do the live
Wow.
Google of their neighborhood? Like you use Google to look
3D.
at their front door?
3D.
And you see the color
And to look at the cars in the
Girl,
driveway?
look, going up to the sky, going down to the ground. The stop line over there, the mailbox over there.
I do it all. I do it all.
God.
I gotta make sure the lifestyle you're selling me is
who
real.
you are.
So
Yeah.
like Google, and then
Yeah.
I'll do like different years.
Okay, show
These
me.
are
show me.
millennials.
But
But
no,
you
no,
go back.
They are millennials, but you are a millennial too.
You're a millennial
So
too.
y'all need to show me how to do that because I'm gonna say it on national TV. Show me.
Yes.
Go back
You
and
can
look.
put in their address,
Show me.
and it will show you their
Aerial
neighborhood.
view.
And then I
Their
need to
You
see
need an area
Yes.
view for somebody.
I need to see how many cars
Yeah.
are in the driveway. Sometimes
And
they,
what the maker of the
that's
cars.
but remember, that's a picture too.
I want to see
Those
the maker of the
aerials are
cars.
pictures.
and sometimes the
So
kids
you
are
look at it
outside
different
playing
times.
in the yard in the Google aerial video, so you can catch different things.
Really? I thought it was just the
You
picture.
can Google his
You
place
can.
of work,
What?
everything.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Okay.
Wow.
I'm lost here.
They're gonna show
See,
me.
that's why it takes
you are going
stalker
to
to a
these
whole nother
heights
level.
because you like this person, or you are trying to have a relationship with this
People lie, you know.
People lie.
People lie.
Oh
They
my
bring their references.
God.
But you know, for me, going another thing too with being ghosted. What I've experienced, I've experienced some people ghost me, and eventually come back and realize that, dog, I messed up.
Yeah.
I ghosted the wrong person. Then I'm like, well, I
too
don't wanna-
late.
I don't want to
It's
be
too
bothered.
late.
Or sometimes if I really wanted that, I'd be like, okay.
I did that yesterday.
Oh,
Yeah,
what you
like,
did
all right.
yesterday?
So
Girl,
there's
spill the
someone
tea.
I ghosted probably like a year and a half ago.
Mm-hmm.
But then like Instagram was like, hey, do you know this person? And their profile popped up.
And your
I was
emotions
like,
took over.
yeah, I know this person. And then I messaged them and then
Oh, you DM'd.
and we went out yesterday.
Girl, I thought you was gonna say y'all did something else. I'm gonna say,
So what do you do when you walk into the ghost?
But you know what? It made me. I think
How
I'm
do you
trying to
explain
process
that?
this whole area of view
Yeah,
and
I'm telling you.
researching.
at the end of the day, I wasn't attracted to him anymore at the end of the date because I was like, wait, you didn't ask me why I ghosted you. You didn't ask me why I disappeared. He
I
act
don't
like
care. What I
You
care
don't
about
care.
is this
You ain't been
moment.
with him now.
I'm
Doesn't
leaving
matter.
it in the
It
moment.
was a year ago.
But I just feel like you don't care why I disappeared.
He looking at your pretty face
right
now.
there. You got you
future,
right
baby.
now.
No.
You care about that?
And
least you're alive.
he may have had things going on too, so he didn't even realize that
Exactly.
you ghosted him.
It didn't. But some people don't even know you're
Yeah.
ghosting them.
How
They
did it
just
end
feel
up?
like
How
And
it
you
end
hit him
up?
up.
How it end up?
Did you give it a shot?
I ended the day early.
You didn't like him, so you ghosted him for
Because
a
he
reason.
never
because
asked
he didn't
me
ask.
why.
You are too complicated.
Right. He never asked. And for me, if I was into you a year ago and then you disappear and you come back into my life, I'm gonna be like,
Absolutely.
So what happened?
Yeah.
Like what's been going
Or
on for
after
a
I
year?
get what I want, then I'll be like, well, what happened? After I get what I
Unless
want.
you ghosted at the same time.
Let me tell you, this,
I don't
this
know.
just gave
She
me a headache
complicated.
because I need to learn about this area of views with you guys. But that's all we have for today's show. Don't forget to like us and follow us on our social media. And before we go, I have a quote for you. Katrina and Giselle are going to laugh because they laugh at my pronunciation. But it says nothing works until you do. And that's Maya Angelou. Until next time, leave love, learn, and love. Bye, y'all.
It's calling you.